Hey everybody, welcome back to TechOdyssey. So today I'm here with my lovely assistant, the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5G. As some of you may know, this was my most favorite phone of 2020, and I gotta say it's probably still the most favorite phone that I own. I really like the whole foldable form factor, being able to flip my screen open and all that good stuff. But today I wanted to talk about something a little bit different. I want to talk about my predictions for the Z Flip 3. Yes, the Z Flip 3. Not the Z Flip 2, because apparently from what I've heard, they're trying to put the names on par, because they came out with the Z Flip and then they got the Z Flip 5G. That's not really the Z Flip 2, and it's probably the most useless tech refresh I've ever seen on a phone, but I'm a sucker and I bought it anyway. So the Z Flip 3 will be in line with the Z Fold 3 whenever those are officially announced. And I think that maybe we might find a couple of different things in there that we wish were in the Z Flip 5G and the Z Flip, but we're going to have to wait and see, of course, but these are just my predictions, and I want to talk about it. But before we do, I do want to say, if this is your first time stopping by the channel, I appreciate you being here. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. Now let's talk about the future Z Flip 3. So this is a little bit of a different video for me. I've not made one of these kind of predictive, what I'd like to see in the phone or what I think is going to happen whenever it comes out. So the Z Flip 5G was really nice, except for it was completely unnecessary, because the Z Flip came out and it had the Snapdragon 855 in it. It had 256 gigabytes of storage, the same screen, but it didn't have 5G. So basically what Samsung did is somebody sitting there said, we're going to go back to the drawing board. We're going to invent this new phone that's exactly the same as this other phone. We're going to throw 5G in there. So the Z Flip 5G has the Snapdragon 865 Plus, which has the 5G antenna in it. So basically they went from 1380 to 1449. They gave you 5G. They gave you the Mystic color selection, which, I love the Mystic gray. It's my favorite color of last year as well. So we got that and 5G, and that's basically it, along with the speed bump that it didn't really need. There we go, Z Flip 5G. But there are some things that are missing, and I've been like, okay, whatever. I don't really care about Dex that much. I don't. And I don't use it on basically anything. Maybe like once or twice a month. It's just not my thing. I know some people really like Dex though, especially the Wireless Dex. They love it with the tablets. It can be really nice to be able to cast it onto your TV screen and do some great things. But when it comes to the Z Flip 5G and the Z Flip, I said that it makes sense that it's not there. Using Dex uses some power, and the phone just doesn't have it. It has a 3300 milliamp battery, and that gets me usually about 4 hours and 45 minutes of screen on time before I get to about 20%. That was before One UI 3.1. Now I'm getting like 3.5 hours, which is really, really abysmal, and maybe I'll make another video about. I started using this again, and I updated it to One UI 3.1. 3 hours and 45 minutes of screen on time with like 13% battery left today. Utterly terrible. So anyway, it's just a long history of this chronicle of battery issues since One UI 3 has come out for Samsung. Anyway, I felt like it was totally okay there was no Dex, because it just doesn't have the power to push that. Only a 3300 milliamp battery. That's not a lot. When you look at other phones like the S21 Ultra, 5000 milliamp battery. If you look at the Note 20 Ultra, 4500 milliamp battery, they've got some serious MAHs. They've got some milliamps. They've got some power to be able to keep the screen on, keep the phone running, so you can do things like Dex. So I think what we're going to see is two things when the new phone comes out. There's more, but I think we're going to see a bigger battery. They pretty much have to. However they have to do it, they need to put some more juice in here, because this phone needs extra battery life. So I think we'll see a bigger battery, and I think we'll see Dex. I don't think that they'll leave it out this next time, because it makes no sense at this point. Even if you look over at the Tab S6 Lite, it recently got Dex, and I didn't think it was going to get Dex. So it's crazy to me that you've got the Tab S6 Lite, which is a not as powerful tablet as the S6 or the S7, and now people are able to use Dex. I think that's great. I think that's a great way to add longevity to your products. I don't think we're ever going to see it with the Z Flip or the Z Flip 5G, but I think that they basically have to do this when it comes to the Z Flip. Otherwise, people will start kind of pulling away because you're not going to have features that some people really care about. So I think it's important that they put Dex in the new Z Flip, the Z Flip 3 when it comes out. So I think we'll see a bigger battery, and I think we'll see Dex. And I think that'll make a lot of people happy because even if you don't use it, it's comfortable. It's there. You know, sometimes you've got features on your phone that you're like, oh yeah, I've got this feature on my phone, but you never use it. So it's just one of those extra selling points, one of those things that make people feel like they're getting the value for their money when you're talking about a $1,400, $1,500 phone. So those are two things I think that we'll see. Also, I expect there to be a screen on the outside. They pretty much have to. I mean, I should call this video the "They Pretty Much Have to." Maybe I will. We'll be surprised. We'll see what the title looks like when I get done with this. But it needs a bigger screen on the outside. I love the clamshell concept. I love the idea. I really love the form factor and using this phone. It's phenomenal. And yes, I paid a ton of money for it, but you can get them a lot cheaper now. You can get them renewed on Amazon or even used other places for like way cheaper. So check out those. I've got some links to Amazon down in the bottom. They're affiliate links. You can check that out. But it needs to have a larger screen on the outside. So I think when they initially got this phone out, it had so much going for it, it was kind of okay. But then you see all of the love that the Motorola Razr is getting with the external screen that it has. It's very functional. You can do so much stuff with it. It's very appealing to me. I don't like the other trade-offs, the diminished power on the processor, the lackluster camera stuff, although it is better in the 5G model than the original. But I'm not ready to leave my Z Flip to hop over to the Motorola Razr, and I'm expecting another one of those too. I'll probably get both eventually to test them out. But this phone needs the screen on the outside. Like, could you imagine if you could pick this up and it would be just like the Fold, where you have that exterior screen you can actually use as opposed to this little tiny thing that you can like answer calls and you can kind of see stuff for a few seconds when it pops up and then goes away before you can read all of it. So they really need to do that. So I think those are three major things you're going to see with the new Z Flip. You're going to see a screen on the outside. I think we're going to get Dex. I fully expect a bigger battery. Those are like the three biggest upgrades I think they could put on here. As far as the camera capabilities, I know that it's not going to be as good as like the S series phone, or it's not going to be as good as the Note. There's just not a whole lot of space to work with here, especially since you get the whole opening, closing, clamshell compatible, like smaller phone footprint. Another thing I think we'll see though, is I think we'll see an enhanced refresh rate. Maybe it won't be 120, but I think it'll be an LTPO screen. That way you can throttle down the refresh rate to 0 or 40 hertz, whatever they want to do. I think we'll see that on the next phone. I think we'll see the variable refresh rate. I don't think it's going to be Quad HD+. I think it'll be 1080p still, which I'm perfectly fine with on this screen. And I think it'll have a variable refresh rate that's also enhanced. I think it'll be there so we get a better experience on the phone, especially for the price point. So I think those are some things that we're going to see. I don't think we'll see stylus support though. I think they're going to leave that for the Fold. I think they're going to leave that for the S lineup. It would really surprise me if they added the S Pen support for this. Although I would like it, but one, where are you going to put it? Like if they came out with like a little small S Pen, I think that would be cool. But this is not really a multitasking device. This is a more compact, portable, carried around kind of device where it reduces the footprint of the phone that you're using, and really it's just kind of the novelty factor that goes along with having a flip phone again. So I don't think we'll see S Pen support, but I do think we'll see an enhanced refresh rate, I hope. I think we'll get a bigger battery, I think we'll get Dex, and I think we're going to have the screen on the outside. And those are my major predictions for the next Z Flip phone, and I think they have to do that. They really need to step some things up. The Z Flip 5G, although beautiful, and I love this phone, was really completely unnecessary. 5G just wasn't there yet. It really didn't need the extra power. And yeah, if you already had one, of course there was no point in refreshing because it was only a few months old. So and we're talking February announcement date, and then the other one came out in August. So we're about 6 months there. Really no point in it. So we're waiting now. I hope that we'll see something, or maybe start seeing some rumors about the upcoming Z Flip 3 in the near future. But those are things that I think, from my perspective, some predictions that I have for what we'll see in the new phone. Hopefully they'll come true. If they do, great, and we can readdress this later. If they come out and basically it's the same old, then I'll be very disappointed, and I may not even buy one. But there needs to be some serious upgrades, because I think this form factor is here to stay. I think people like this. I like this. Samsung really got out ahead of everything with putting so many high-powered features in here. It's a very capable device. So I think that's kind of what we'll see moving forward. We'll see. We'll have to wait till it gets here. But I was just sitting around thinking, and I thought, you know what, this will be a good idea. Like, people who like the Z Flip, we'll talk about some of this stuff, digest some of it, break it down, and maybe talk about some of the necessary things that we need to see and I think will happen in the Z Flip 3. So that's all I've got, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you like something a little bit different. Maybe this was interesting to you. Let me know in the comments if it was. Maybe I can make some more of these kind of videos. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.